cheto-darpana-marjanam, bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam, shreyah kairava-chandrika vitaranam, vidyavadu-jeevanam, anandam-buddhivardhanam pratipadam, purnamrita-swadanam, sarvatma-snaparam param vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Nam-namakari bahuda, Nija sarva shakti, tatrarpita niyamitaha, स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं मीदृशं यः जानीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिनामानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितु की त्वयि हे नंद तनुज किंकरम पतितं माम विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पाद पंकज स्थित धुली सदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्नचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविंद विरहेण मे आश्लीष्य वा पात्रतां विनष्टु मामदर्शनान् मर्मातां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, chapter 4. We finished till shlok number 60. Today we are going on shlok number 61. It's a very long chapter, so close to around 277 shlokas, but we will do it. Okay. All right. Text 61. Sachidananda Purna Krishnera Swarupa Ekachicha Shakti Tanra Dhareti Narupa. Yesterday we ended up saying that Radharani is Hladini Shakti. What is Hladini Shakti? Hladini means the one who gives you happiness, pleasure. So Radharani is the pleasure giving potency. He says now Lord Krishna's body is eternal, means Sat, full of knowledge, Chit, and full of bliss, Ananda. His one spiritual energy manifests into three forms. And what are these spiritual energies? Hladini, Sandhini, and Samvit. So these are three. So one energy. So his body is Sachidanand. And he has a Shakti, energy. That one energy, one spiritual energy, is divided into three. Hladini, Samvit, Sandhini, and Samvit. Hladini is the aspect of bliss. Sandhini of eternal existence. And Samvit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. Hladini, Sandhini, Samvit, Tvai eka sarva samsitau, Ladhatapakari mishra, Tvai no gunavarjite. O Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Hladini, Hladini means energy of bliss. Sandhini of external existence. Samvit of cognizance. So you are the support of everything. The three attributes Hladini, Sandhini, Samvit exist in you as one spiritual energy. But the material modes which cause happiness, misery, and mixtures of the two do not exist in you, so you have no material qualities. Sandhini rasaram cha suddha sattvanam bhagavanera satta haya yahate vishrama. The essential portion of the Sandhini potency is Shuddha Sattva. Lord Krishna's existence rests upon it. Mata Pita Sthana Griha Sayasanara Ei Sab Krishnera Shuddha Satvera Vikara. Krishna's mother, father, his abode, his house, his bedding, his seats, and so on. Everything is a transformation of the Shuddha Sattva. That Shuddha Sattva is Sandhini. Sandhini. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yad Iyate Tatra Pumana Pavritaha Sattve Chatasmin Bhagwan Vasudevo Yad Adokshajo Me Manasa Vidhiyate. The conditions of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, in which Bhagwan is revealed, is without any covering, is called Vasudev. In that pure state, Supreme Godhead, who is beyond material senses and who is known as Vasudev, is perceived by the mind. This is given in Canto 4. It will be spoken by Lord Shiva. We are reading Hindi, Srimad Bhagavat. It's going to come very soon when he condemned Daksha. Krishne Bhagavata Jnana Sambhite Sara Brahma Jnana Dika Sabha Tara Parivar. The essence of Samvit potency is knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. All other kinds of knowledge, such as knowledge of Brahman, etc., are its components. So now understand three energies before I go further. Hladini, that one which gives Bhagwan pleasure. In us also, we get pleasure. So that pleasure is called Hladini. Then comes Samvit. Samvit is cognizance, knowing knowledge of everything. So knowledge of Bhagwan, so that energy is everywhere. So knowledge of Bhagwan or Brahman or anything is all because of the Samvit energy. Vit means knowledge, Vidya. Samvit. Then comes Sandhini. Bhagwan is eternal in his Golok Dham. But Bhagwan comes on earth. So when he is coming on earth, even then, Bhagwan is Bhagwan. Bhagwan's parents or whatever Bhagwan has, to us it may look like, okay, material things. But no. They're all pure Sattva. Bhagwan does not take birth like ordinary people. Bhagwan just comes himself. With 400 form he came in the jail and then he became a small baby in front of his mother, father. So how is that happening? Sandhini. Bhagwan is doing the lila of eating the mud. And then he's showing the whole globe inside, the whole universe inside his mouth. How is this happening? The Sandhini Shakti. All this. We look at Bhagwan, but sometimes we may get bewildered. But then, as we become purified, we see Bhagwan as Bhagwan. And we see Bhagwan spread everywhere. How is that happening? because of samvit. So just remember, Hladini is equal to bliss. Sandhini is equal to pure sattva, where Bhagwan is Bhagwan. Even though he comes to this planet, he is not getting corrupted like us. He doesn't, we get corrupted, our minds get corrupted. His mind, his consciousness is always pure under all circumstances because of Sandhini. Samvit is cognizance. With means vidya, knowledge. So potency of knowledge is Samvit. Hladini rasara prema, prema sara bhava, bhavera param kashtha, nama mahabhava. So this Hladini Shakti, this is love of God. The essence of love of God is bhav, emotion. And the ultimate development of this emotion is mahabhav. Got it? So if you get emotions for God, it is because of the Hladini Shakti. So Hladini means prema. We all experience prema. But our prema is mixed. Our prema is for the world first. Then Bhagwan is in the background. We love Bhagwan, but first we love our family, then we love Bhagwan. We have to be reminded constantly. Bhagwan is there, Bhagwan is there, Bhagwan is there. Oh yes, yes, Bhagwan is there, Bhagwan is there. Oh, I love you, God. Oh, I love you, God. But that little love that you experience even for the world is because of the Hladini Shakti. You are experiencing bhav for your family members, for your friends, because of Hladini Shakti. But when you do it for human relationships or anything, that is mixed with a tinge of lust or selfishness. But when you are loving God and that love becomes very pure, there's no selfishness. That love is called prema. No selfishness. I just love God because I love God. There's nothing better than God. There's nothing better than Krishna. And that love flows. Even I'm saying to explain that nothing better than Krishna, but well, Krishna is the world. Our world, a devotee's world is Krishna. We like this world because it is Krishna's world. And our world is Krishna. When love has become that pure, that transcendental, it has transcended the modes of the gunas, the prakriti, the rajasic, sattvic, tamasic mode. Then that love is called prema. And when you love God, God is invisible. Krishna is invisible to the world, not to the devotee. He comes, he plays. He does pastimes. And sometimes when you're looking at the pastimes, you are so lost in the pastime, you may cry, you may dance, you may... Because you are seeing it. The devotee is seeing it. He may dance, he may laugh, he may blabber. Sometimes that love goes on. It just overpowers you ecstatically. Sometimes you are like just stunned. You can't do anything. Everything is like stopped. The whole body is stopped. Sometimes there are transformations in body. Sometimes you faint. Because the divine love starts expressing as bhava, emotions. There are 8 types of this emotion where you are expressing love or prema. This is called bhava. When all these 8 types of things come in one person, That is called Mahabhava. And Radharani used to get into Mahabhava. So the product of Ladani Shakti is divine love, love for Krishna. And that has two divisions, pure love of Godhead and adulterated love of Godhead. Only when the Ladani Shakti emanates from Sri Krishna and is bestowed upon the living being to attract him, does the living being become pure lover of God. But when the same Ladani Shakti is adulterated by the external material energy and emanates from living being, it does not attract Krishna. On the contrary, the living being gets attracted to the glamour of material energy. At that time, instead of becoming mad with the love of Godhead, the living being becomes mad with material senses, enjoyment, and because of his association with the qualitative modes of material nature, he is captivated by the interactions of the distressful, unhappy feelings. So, now he goes on. What is that Mahabhava Swarupa? Mahabhava Swarupa Shri Radha Thakurani Sarva Khani Krishna Kanta Shiromani. Who is that Mahabhava Swarupa? He says, Radharani. Means all the emotions of love, pure love. Not even a tinge of any worldly love. Who is that form of Mahabhava? Radha Thakurani. Oh, our queen, Srimati Radharani. Sarva Khani. She is a repository of all good qualities. And Krishna Kanta Shiromani, and she is the crest jewel, she is the crown among all the lovely consorts of Lord Krishna. Tayorapayopayor madhye Radhika Sarvarthadika Mahabhava Sarupeyam Gunairati Varishyasi. Of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali. Chandravali is a sister of Radharani, cousin sister of Radharani. So she also plays a very beautiful role in the pastimes. When we, in future, if Bhagwan wishes, I will read this pastimes. But anyway, just for now, Chandravali is one of the sisters and she plays a very beautiful pastime. She also loves Krishna as much as Srimati Radharani. And Chandravali's mode is always a mode of surrender. Give it. She's very Soumya, means very Soumya means very gentle. And Radharani is not, she's gentle. At the same time, she's very strong. If Radharani is upset, she'll show it. I'm upset. And Shri Krishna has to go and literally beg. And Chandravali, if she's upset, she'll just be within herself. She'll not show it, because if I'm upset, this, Krishna will be, Krishna may feel sad. So she is that gentle. She has a very gentle nature where even if she's angry, she knows how to suppress her anger. So some women, it happens with us also, right? Some women, if they are angry at their husband, they'll show it. If they're angry at their family, they'll be like, show it. But some women, they're angry at the husband, they're angry at the people. But you know what? They will just keep their mind down and, cry to tears in their lonely time. And then, overcome that. They'll not go into that, why did you say this to me? Why did you behave like this? No. So Radharani is like the other person. She will be like, she'll show it. And I am the queen. All right. So of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali, Srimati Radharani is superior to all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava and she surpasses in all good qualities. What is her qualities? Radharani's. Krishna Prema Bhavita Yara Chitendriya Kaya Krishna Nija Shakti Kradha Kridara Sahaya. Her mind, her senses, her body are steeped in the love for Krishna. She's Krishna's own energy and she helps him in his pastimes. आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभीस ताभीर्य एव निज रूपताया कलाभी गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्म भूतो गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who resides in his own realm, Goloka Vrindavan, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency called Ladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual rasa. Now, please listen to how Lord Krishna's consorts help him taste rasa and how they help in pastimes. कृष्ण कांत गण देखी त्रिविध प्रकार एका लक्ष्मी गण पूरे महिषी गण आर व्रजांगन रूपार कांत गण सार श्री राधिका हिते कांत गणेरा विस्तार. So Bhagavan wants to enjoy conjugal love. So this conjugal love, he has so many ladies around him. All of them are actually expansions of Srimati Radharani. And they expanded in three types, three categories. One is the Lakshmi categories of Vaikuntha. So Bhagavan, there are so many universes created from time immemorial. So to maintain the universe, who maintains the universe? Vishnu. So how will he maintain? He has to have a Lakshmi. So many universes are created, so many Vishnu forms are there, and so many Lakshmis are there. But so many Vaikunthas are there. Vaikunthas is the plane where they live, spiritual planets. But in all these Vaikunthas, Vishnu and Lakshmi, wherever you see Lakshmi, Lakshmi is the expansion of Radharani. Simple. And she is giving him pleasure in those Vaikunthas. She's become the Ladini there. Then comes when Krishna came on earth. And he had 16,000 queens. One second, there is some alert. We have rains here, so probably you must have heard that sound. So it's been raining and pouring, torrential rains, and so flood warnings. All right. So anyways, so Radharani has expanded as Lakshmi, and then the queens of Dwarka, there were 16,108 queens. Radharani expanded as them also. Because she is the pleasure-giving potency. Understand this. She is the one who is giving happiness to Shri Krishna. So that pleasure is coming from all this. And then there are the gopis, the sakhis of Vrindavan, the milkmaids of Raja. So all of them are there. All of them are giving the pleasure. But who is the foremost of all of them in the pastime? These are pastimes. Who is the foremost? They say Radhika. अवतारी कृष्ण यैचे करे अवतार अंशिनी राधा हैते तीन गणेरा विस्तार. Just as the fountainhead, Lord Shri Krishna is the cause of all incarnations. Similarly, Radha, Srimati Radha, is the cause of all these expansions, of all these consorts. The goddess of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. The goddesses of fortune are her plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhav Vilasa. The queens are of the nature of her Vaibhav Prakasha. The Vraj Devis have diverse bodily features, and they are expansions and instruments for expanding rasa. Without many concerts, There is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radhika to assist in Lord's pastimes. Among them, there are various groups of concerts in Vraja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of rasa dance and other pastimes. Govinda Madini, Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasva Sarva, Kanta Shiromani. Radharani is Govinda Anandini. Anandini means the one who gives pleasure, happiness. So Radharani is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda. Govinda, what does Govinda mean? Govinda means the one who gives pleasure to everybody else. Okay. Our senses, our mind is happy when we see Govinda. So the one who gives pleasure to our senses, our mind is Govinda. Go means the earth. The one who gives pleasure to the earth is Govinda. The one who gives pleasure to the universe is Govinda. But who gives pleasure to Govinda? Govinda Ananda Nandini. So she is the one who is the Govinda Anandini. The one who gives pleasure to Govinda is Srimati Radhika. Her name is Govinda Anandini. And who gives pleasure to Radhika? So who gives pleasure to Govinda? Radhika. Who gives pleasure to Radhika? Govinda. So she is the original pleasure going potency. Govinda Nandini, the one who gives pleasure to Govinda. And what else? Govinda Mohini. Govinda is Krishna. Krishna is the one who enchants all of us. But who is enchanting Krishna? That is Radhika. So Govinda Mohini. Govinda Sarvasva. She is all in all of Govinda. Of course, she is the soul of Govinda. Govinda cannot be without her. So she is the be all and end all of Govinda. And Sarvakanta Shiromani, she is the crest jewel of his consorts. Devi Krishna Maya Prokta, Radhika Paradevata, Sarva Lakshmi Maya Sarva, Kanti Sammohini Para. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of part of Lord Shri Krishna. She is the central figure for all Lakshmis, and she possesses all attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality, Shri Krishna. And she is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. देवी कहे द्योतमान परम सुंदरी किं वा कृष्ण पूजा क्रीडार वसती नगरी. Devi, the word means resplendent, beautiful, the most beautiful. Or it also means the lovely abode of the worship and love sports of Shri Krishna. Krishna Mai, Krishna Yara, भीतरे बाहरे याना याना नेत्र पड़े ताना कृष्ण स्फुरे. So what is Radhika's form? How is Radha? Here, just hear the words, so beautiful. First we heard Govinda Anandini, Anandini, the one who gives pleasure to Govinda. Then says Govinda Mohini, the one who attracts Govinda. Govinda Sarvasva, the everything of Govinda, the crown jewel of all the consorts. And now he says, Krishna Devi, most beautiful, the abode of Krishna's pleasure. And now he says, how is she? Krishnamai. Krishnamai means Krishna Yara Bhitare Bahire. It means one who's within and without are Krishna. Yana Yana Netra Pade Tana Krishna's Pure. She sees Lord Krishna wherever she casts her glance. So Krishna, so Radharani is Krishnamai. Inside her is also Krishna, outside her is also Krishna. Wherever she looks, यहाँ वहां जहां देखूं है कृष्ण का नाम. Wherever I see, आंखें खुली हो या हो बंद, दीदार उनका होता है. Whether I close my eyes, whether I open my eyes, I only see Krishna. This is Radha, Krishna Mai, in the thoughts of Krishna. Her whole figure, her whole form is Krishna. So she sees Lord Krishna wherever she casts her glance. Kimva Prema-rasamaya Krishnera Swarupa Tanra Shakti Tanra Saha Haya Ekarupa. Or Krishna Mai means she is identical with Sri Krishna. No difference. One is blue, one is fair. That's all. They are just one. For she embodies the mellow of love. The energy of Lord Krishna is identical with him. Her worship, Aradhana, consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. So in Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, Shukdev ji spoke about Sri Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. And while he was speaking in those Rasa Panchadhyay, 5 chapters, starting from 29 onwards in Canto 10, there, Canto 10, chapter 30, he says, he is talking about the gopis. And Shukdev Maharaj thinks of Radharani because she is the crown jewel. Of course, he has to sing. But he controls and he hides Radharani's name in a shloka. Because Parikshit ji, he was telling the Srimad Bhagavat to Parikshit ji, and Parikshit ji was already cursed that he will have only 1 week to live. And if Shukdev ji didn't tell him the Bhagavat, we all would not have got the Bhagavatam. So Shukdev ji had to complete the Bhagavat. And in between, in the 10th canto, he's talking about this rasa pastimes, and then he's seeing Radharani, and he wants to just, maybe he wants to speak, but then he just controls. Because if he gets into the bhav of Radharani, then possibly he'll get into Mahabhav, because Shukdev ji is Krishna himself. So Shukdev ji mentioned Radharani in only one shloka indirectly in that Ras Panchadhyay. And what does he say? Anyaradhito nunam Bhagwan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Manyadraha. He said, Anya Aradhito Nunam Anya Aradha Aradhito. So here is mentioned, in that whole big word he mentioned secretly, Radha. Aradhaya, the one who is doing Aradhana is Radha. Aradhana means worship. The one who worships Sri Krishna is Radha. Anya Aradhito Nunam. Anyaradhito Nunam Bhagwan Haririshwara Yanno Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Anyadraha. Her worship consists, and what is that worship? Her worship consists of fulfilling Lord Krishna's desires. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. The word Radha is derived from the root word Aradhana, which means worship. The personality who excels in worshipping Krishna is therefore called Radhika, the greatest servitor. Truly, this shloka means truly that personality of Godhead who Hari Govind Ishwaraha. Hari means the one who steals your mind, steals your heart, Shri Krishna. Ishwara means the supreme controller. Govinda means, I told you, So here, Sukdev says, oh, that Hari who is stealing everybody's mind, that Ishwar who is controlling everybody, that Govinda who is giving pleasure to everyone, he is actually very pleased, looks like, by the worship of that gopi. And that's why he has brought her to a lonely spot, leaving us all behind. This is the other gopi statement. So Krishna is spending time with that gopi who has worshipped him the most. And that is Radha. She is the one who teaches us how to worship Krishna. So truly the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by her. Therefore, Lord Govinda, being pleased, has brought her to a lonely spot, leaving us behind. Therefore, who is Radha? Ataiva Sarva Pujya. Therefore, she is the most worshipable. Parama Devata. She is the supreme goddess. Sarva Palika. She is worshipable for everyone. And Sarva Jagatera Mata. She is the protector of all, and she is the mother of the entire universe. I have already explained the meaning of Sarva Lakshmi. Radha is the original source of all the goddesses of fortune, Lakshmi. Or Sarva Lakshmi. Lakshmi means fortune, opulences. So Radha is Sarva Lakshmi. Means she fully represents the 6 opulences of Krishna. Therefore, she is the supreme energy of Lord. The word Sarvakanti indicates that all beauty and luster rest in her form. All the Lakshmis derive their beauty from her. Kimva kanti shabde Krishner sab ichha kahe Krishner sakal vancha Radha te rahe. Kanti may also means all desires of Krishna. So all the desires of Lord Krishna rest in Srimati Radha Rani. Srimati Radhika fulfills all the desires of Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of Sarvakanti. Jagat Mohana Krishna. Krishna enchants the world. But Radhika, who is she? Tana Ramohini. She enchants Sri Krishna. Ateva Samastera Parathakurani. That is why she is the supreme goddess. She is the Thakurani. Hamari Thakurani, Shri Radha Rani. She is the Thakurani. She is the supreme goddess of all. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Man, Dui Vastu Bheda Nahi, Shastra Praman. Radha is Purna Shakti, fully powerful. And Krishna Purna Shaktiman. Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are not different. It's like you can't separate the heat from fire. You cannot separate the sun's rays from the sun. They're always together. You cannot separate the moon's rays from the moon. You cannot separate the taste of water from the water. You cannot separate the taste of milk from milk. You cannot separate the fragrance of the flower. They are always together. So that's how it is. If Radha is power, then Shri Krishna is the one who possesses the power. Shakti and Shaktiman, they always go together. The two are non-different, as is evidenced in the scriptures. They are indeed the same, just as Mrigamada Tara Gandha Yaiche Avicheda Agni Jwalate Yaiche Kabu Nahi Bheda. Just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or its fire and its heat are, or as fire and heat are non-different. I have a musk at my home. My father gave it to me like many years ago. Still, more than like 20 years ago. The musk, that musk I have, original one, it's not a fragrance. It's like it comes from the deer. It still has that fragrance. Every time I take it, it's still there. So then okay, when they make a statement like this, the musk and the scent, from the musk cannot be separated. Like the fire and the heat cannot be separated. Similarly, Radha and Krishna cannot be separated. Radha Krishna Sadaiche Eka Swarupa. Always, always, they are one. Yet, Leela Rasa Aswadite Dhare Duhi Rupa. Just to enjoy the mellows of conjugal love of their pastimes, their amorous pastimes, they have taken two forms. And they have also taken two forms to teach us prema. Because we are so used to seeing two. We talk about self-love, Oh, love yourself. It is not possible. Oh, love yourself. How can you love yourself if you have not experienced love? That's why we are looking love from others. So we are so used to. So these two people incarnate to teach us the real love. Prema bhakti सिखाई ते अपने अवतारी Radha bhava kanti dui angikari kari. So he says to promulgate prema bhakti, God Krishna appeared with Radha bhav and Radha kanti, the sentiments of Radha and the complexion of Radha. He took both of that and then he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Rupe Kaila Avatar Eite Panchama Slokir Artha Parachar. Krishna became Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to promulgate love. This is the most confidential reason. To give us love, to show us how to love. All right. Now, so this was the fifth verse. Now the sixth verse. These verses are the 14 verses of chapter 1, which is expounding in all these chapters. Now he goes, Avatari Prabhu Pracharila Sankitana Eho Baya Hetu Purve Kariyache Suchana. He said, now you guys know the external reason. External was, what was that? To propagate Sankirtan. That people can think, oh, he came to propagate Sankirtan. That was the external reason. We understand that. And there is, and now the second one is to promulgate the love. Okay. Now there is a principal cause for Lord Krishna's appearance. It grows from his own engagements as the foremost enjoyer of loving exchanges. The most confidential cause is threefold. Sarupa Damodar has revealed it. Radhika Rabha Swarupa Gosai Prabhu Ati Ataranga Tahate Janina Prabhu Ei Sab Prasanga. So what was the most internal? Where Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting lost in his bhava samadhi, and he will be in the mood of Radha, and he's expressing the mood of Radha in some slokas, in his blabberings, in his talks, in his madness, in his ecstasy. And he had a secretary called Sarup Goswami, Sarup Damodar. He was always with him. He was a witness, closest witness to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's madness. And he knew in madness, he's only talking like Radharani, how Radharani used to feel love for Shri Krishna. So we'll read about Sarup Damodar as we go ahead. Sarup Damodar has been identified as Lalita Devi, Lalita Sakhi, the second expansion of Radharani. Because Radharani had Ashtashakhis only. Those Sakhis knew what Radharani's feeling of separation was. And when Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke all that, Sarup Damodar was hearing. So that is why they say he was the closest associate. He was like Lalita Sakhi. What was it that he has seen? Radhikera bhava murti prabhura antara sei bhava sukha dukkha ute nirantara. The heart of Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is image of Sri Radhika's emotions. The feelings of pleasure and pain arise constantly herein. In the final portion of his pastimes, Lord Chaitanya was obsessed with the madness of separation from Lord Krishna. He acted in erroneous ways and talked deliriously. Just as Radhika went mad at the sight of Uddhava, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was obsessed day and night with the madness of separation. At night, he would talk incoherently. Rate pralapa kari, swarupera kantha dhari, aveshe apana bhave, kahiye ughadi. In the night, he used to go so mad, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because though the body is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the heart, the sentiment is Radharani. So he used to be in that bhava all the time that Krishna has left me, Krishna has gone to Mathura, Krishna is not coming. Why is Krishna not coming? He would go so mad. There are, when we read the Antya-lila, it's so crazy. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go and in madness go bang his head in the wall. He would have fainted. He had forgotten himself completely. It was only Radharani in the mood of separation. And people, like, imagine, so many 500 years ago, there is no light, no electricity. So he's in this, in his house and banging the head. Because where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And falling down on the ground. And when in the morning, this, his personal lesson attendants, where Sarup Damodar was one, he used to get up and see what? His brew is everywhere. And brew is then fainted. Mahabhav. He used to go so mad sometimes, they used to lock the doors that he should not escape. Because in the bhava of Radha, he would just open the door and he would run. One day he just came out of the house, the Mira, and in madness walked in that streets of Jagannath Puri. Now Jagannath Puri, you go, it's all concrete. But you can imagine 550 years ago, it was all like a village. The ocean was very close to the Puri Mandir. Now it is not like that. It's a little far because roads have come. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the house and in the night, middle of the night, he has gone to the Simhadwara. And he has just fallen down, on some cow dung. Near some trash can. Morning, these people, they are like, where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And then they go and they are like, what is wrong with him? He has not only fallen down like, foam coming from his mouth. His situation used to be like that. Ecstasy. In madness, he just goes and runs and, oh, where is my Yamuna? Maybe this is my Govardhan. He thinks that the ocean is Yamuna and then goes and drowns himself into the ocean in madness. And then a fisherman catches him in the next day, in his net. Oh. And then they realize, oh my God, this is him. So all these leelas in the end, the madness of love. People in the world say they are in love. I think you don't know what love is. You have no idea what love is. Love is madness. Love consumes you. Love is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. People say they are in love. They miss their boyfriends. They miss their girlfriends. No. If you really miss them, you would have given your life. You have not. So you don't know. But yes, you tasted love. You tasted love. But real love is this. When you have forgotten yourself completely, the madness has consumed you so much that you don't know, that you drown yourself in the ocean thinking this is Yamuna. And next day people are removing you unconscious. Imagine you drowned in the ocean with all salty water And next day, when he came out, his body was like all charred. It was so bad. And all these things, madness of love, madness of divine love, Mahabhava. Who could show it to us other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He would when he would cry, like tears would just flow incessantly. It would drowning completely. Love. When we get into the Madhya-lila and Antya-lila specifically, oh my gosh, it's maddening. All this was seen by his personal associates. Um, and one of them, the chief one, was Swarup Damodar Gosai. So at night, he talked incoherently in grief with his arms around Swarup Damodar's neck. He spoke out his heart in ecstatic separation. Whatever particular sentiment arose in his heart, Swarup Damodar satisfied him by singing songs or reciting verses of the same nature. To analyze this pastime is not necessary now. Later I shall describe them in detail. Formerly, in Vraja, Lord Krishna displayed three ages, namely childhood, boyhood, and adolescence. His adolescence is especially significant. We're talking about Krishna now when he was born in Vraja. Parental affection. He got a lot of parental affection from Yashoda and Nanda, and then Devaki and Vasudeva. Bhagwan wanted the parental affection. So he becomes Bal Gopal. So parental affection made his childhood fruitful. His boyhood was successful with his friends. In youth, he tasted the essence of rasa, fulfilling his desires in pastimes like rasa dance with Srimati Radhika and other gopis. In his youth, Lord Krishna made all three of his ages and the entire universe successful by his pastimes of amorous love like the rasa dance. Lord Madhusudana enjoyed his youth with pastimes on autumn nights. In the midst of jewel-like milkmaids, thus he dispelled all the misfortunes of the world. Lord Krishna made Srimati Radharani close her eyes in shame before her friends by his words relating their amorous activities on the previous nights. Then he showed the highest limit of cleverness in drawing pictures of dolphins in various sports on her breast. In this way, Lord Hari made his youth successful by performing pastimes in the bushes with Sri Radha and her friends. O Pauranmasi, if Lord had not descended in Mathura with Srimati Radharani, this entire creation, and especially Cupid, the demigod of love, would have been useless. Ei Mata Purve Krishna Rase Rasadana Yadyapi Karila Rasa Niryasa Charvana Tathapi Nahi Latina Vanchita Purana Tahasvadite Yadi Karila Yatana. Even though Lord Krishna, the abode of all mellows, had previously in this way chewed the essence of the mellows of love, still he was unable to fulfill three desires, although he made efforts to taste them. What were his three desires? He has made all efforts to taste. But what were his three desires? He says, Tanara prathama vancha kariye vyakhyana Krishna kahe ami hei rasera nidana Purnanandamayami Chinmaya Purnatattva Radhikara Premeyame Ama Karaya Unmatta. He says, Krishna thought, I am the primary cause of all rasas. But even though I am full spiritual truth and I am full joy, made of full of joy, but Every time I look at Radharani, Srimati Radharani drives me crazy. I do not know what is the strength of Radharani's love. I can drive the world crazy, but she is driving me crazy and mad by the strength of her love. That strength of her love always overwhelms me. Radhikara prema guru, ami shishya nata, sada amanana nitya, achaya udbhata. He says, oh, she overwhelms with love, and in her love, she just becomes my teacher. She controls me. The love of Radhika is my teacher, and then she makes me dance to her tunes. I can make the world dance to my tunes, but I am dancing to Radha's love. Radhika, Radhikara Prema Guru. She is my teacher. The love of Radhika is my teacher. And Ami Shishya Nata, I am her dancing disciple. Sada Manana Nitya Nachaya. She makes me dance to her tunes. Her prema makes me dance various dances. And then he takes one shloka from Govinda Lilamrit. It is one of the Leelas. I'll just read the translation. Oh, my beloved Vrinda, where are you coming from? Vrinda is Vrinda Sakhi, the forest of Vrindavan. I am coming from the feet of Sri Hari. Vrinda Sakhi says. Oh, where is Hari? He is in the forest on the bank of Radhakunda. Sakhi, what is he doing in Radhakunda? Oh, Sakhi, he is learning dancing. What? Krishna is learning dancing? Yeah. Krishna is learning dancing. Yeah. From whom? Who is the master? So two Sakhis are talking. Who is the master? He says, so Radha is there, okay? And then Sakhi is telling to Radha, oh Radha, Krishna has become so mad. He is seeing your image in every tree of Vrindavan and every creeper in every direction. And he's looking at all the trees. Krishna is looking at all the trees and he's going in front of that tree. Then sometimes he's going to that creeper. He thinks that Radha is everywhere and making him dance. So, oh Sakhi, oh Radharani, you wanted to know who is the master, on whose tunes he is dancing? Oh Sakhi, you are your image, oh Radha, revealing itself in every tree and creeper in every direction, is roaming like a skillful dancer and making him dance behind. This is the situation of Sri Hari, who is dancing on the tunes of Sri Radha. What? So Shrihari is now thinking, whatever pleasure I get from tasting my love for Srimati Radharani, she tastes it 10 million times more than me because of her love. Just Ami yaiche paraspar viruddha dharmashaya Radha prema taiche sada viruddha dharma maya. Just as I am the abode of mutually contradictory characteristics, so Radha's love is also full of contradictions. What are the contradictions? Oh, she loves him a lot. But when Shri Krishna comes, she sometimes will not show. She's like, yeah. The whole day she'll be craving. Oh, I will see Krishna today. I'll see Krishna tonight. We'll meet. Whole day she'll talk to her friend directly, indirectly. Let's go to the groves. Let's go and see. Let's go to the groves. And when she goes to the groves, she knows Krishna might come. Or Krishna has his own spice in the groves, okay? So when she's gone to the grove, right? So the parrots who are trained by Krishna or the monkeys who are trained by Krishna, monkeys of Vrindavan anyways, they're very famous. So they come, they see, oh, Radharani is coming. And the bird will go just fly to Nandagaon. Oh, she's there in that grove. Radharani has gone to the grove with the anticipation that Krishna might come in, and she knows that the message is gone and he'll be coming there. But when he comes, she's like, Sakhi, let's go from here. Oh, I came here for some peace. But this place has become notorious. Lot of monkeys and God knows who. Let's go from here. And she goes. She goes doing all this drama, okay? But in the heart, she has that anticipation that Shri Krishna will follow her. And Krishna will follow her and talk to the Sakhis. Oh, I want to meet her. I want to give her this, that. And she's overhearing all this. So all this drama, to you love in the heart, but you want to hide. So all this. So Krishna says, I thought I was an expert in talking about dharma and all, and I gave so many contradictory theories that people sometimes listen to my Gita and their head is like full, like, what is he talking? And people sometimes don't understand what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll tell them fight a war, and sometimes I myself will run away from the war. So I thought, Krishna says, I thought I am the Dharmashraya, Viruddha Dharmashraya, means I am full of contradictions and people don't understand me. But Radha Rani's love, oh my God, that is full of contradictions. I sometimes get confused. She's happy. And when she will get angry, God knows. Sometimes she'll say, oh, you dress me. Oh. And next time she'll be like, don't even touch my dupatta. Don't even touch my cloth. She's full of contradictions. And that is what overwhelms me. Her love is so strong. Radha's love is all pervading, leaving no room for expansion, but still it is expanding constantly. Therefore, there is certainly nothing greater than her love, but her love is devoid of pride. He says, she sometimes gets angry at me, and she'll stop talking to me. But the moment I go in front of her and I fall at her feet, that's it. She can't hold it. She'll cast away her pride, and immediately she'll take me in her arms and give me the hug and the love that I'm craving for. Oh, what a beautiful love. No pride at all. It seemed like she is the queen and she is behaving like the queen. But there is nobody as humble as her. Nobody so natural as her. Nobody so komal, soft, tender, gentle-hearted as her. Her anger is also so momentary, devoid of pride. He says, that is the sign of her greatness. Krishna is thinking all this in his head. He wants to experience this mellow of Radharani. Nothing is purer than her love. But its behavior is always perverse and crooked. She's so pure. But the way she'll behave is very, very crooked at times. All glory is to Radha's love for Krishna, the enemy of the demon Mura. Oh. Although it is all pervading, it tends to increase at every moment. Although it is important, it is devoid of pride. And although it is pure, it is always beset with duplicity. Sei preme Rashi Radhika Paramashraya, Sei preme Rami Yai Kevala Vishaya. He says, Sri Radhika is the highest abode of that love. And I am only her object. I am able to taste the bliss to which the object of love is entitled. But the pleasure of Radha, I am just an object, he says. But she is the reservoir of love. I am receiving love from her. She's giving me whatever she can give. And she's always giving me. I am enjoying that love. But it is so less because she is the reservoir of love. She is the abode of love. And I'm just an object. Her love is 10 million times greater than me. Krishna is thinking, my mind is racing to taste that pleasure experienced by that abode. But I cannot taste it. Even with my best efforts, how may I taste it? I'm still an object. I'm just at the receiving end. How do I become that reservoir of love? If sometime I can be the abode of that love, then I'll be able to taste that love. Thinking in this way, Krishna was curious to taste that love. His eager to desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. Now he's getting crazier. Oh, Radharani is a reservoir of love. I want to experience that love. I want to be that love. I want to be that abode of love. I want to become that reservoir of love. I want to experience what Radharani is experiencing. So this was one of the reasons. I want to become that experience of love. That is one desire. Now please hear of another. Seeing his own beauty, Lord Krishna began to consider. Time is also up. Maybe I'll just take one or two slokas and I'll end it up and we'll continue tomorrow with the second desire. Adbhutananta purna mora madhurima trijagate tara kahe nahi paya suna. My sweetness is wonderful, infinite and full. No one in the three worlds can find its limit. Only Radhika, by the strength of her love, tastes all the nectar of my sweetness. Although Radha's love is pure like a mirror, its purity increases every moment. My sweetness also has no room for expansion, yet it shines before that mirror and it shines before that mirror in newer and newer beauty. There is a constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love. They both go on increasing, but neither knows defeat. My sweetness is also newer and newer. Devotee taste it according to their own respective love. If I see my sweetness in a mirror, I am tempted to taste it, but nevertheless I cannot. If I deliberate on a way to taste it, I find that I hanker for the position of Radhika. So with this, we will end it up. We will listen about more love because this book is full of love. Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation of love. So we'll hear more tomorrow. All right. Sai has written something. Dear Guruma, I have heard from you that the sages in Ramayana, whoever wanted to closely associate with Lord Rama, became the gopis. But who is Sri Radha? Did Krishna appear and then created Sri Radha from his Ladini Shakti? No, no, no. As we gave the example, right? If the fire is there, fire's energy is there. So will you say, oh, the energy created because the fire was there? No. Krishna and Radha, Krishna is the Shaktiman, she is the Shakti. Always together, nobody creates each other. Getting it? Nobody creates each other. So she is the Shakti. She is the Ladini Shakti. She is the pleasure-giving potency. So if you think about the sages in Ramayana, sages are looking at Sri Ram. And the sages are deriving pleasure in looking at Sri Ram. Who is giving that pleasure? That pleasure is Ladini Shakti. When we look at Sri Krishna's Murti and we feel the love for Sri Krishna or Sri Radha, that love in us that is making us, crave more is Ladini Shakti. And that Ladini Shakti, as we were understanding, is divided into two. Right now, all our joy, all our Ladini Shakti, we are putting it on the worldly people. We are trying to derive happiness from the world. But when that love becomes, that also is Ladini Shakti. Ladini means happiness, bliss, joy. So we all have that. We are looking for that joy. But our Ladini Shakti gets covered with ignorance. And that is why we feel displeasure. But when that ignorance goes away and we know Krishna and Radha are the reservoir of love and happiness, then we are forever happy. So those saints, when they saw Ram, they were already pure in their consciousness. And then they started feeling the love, the bliss, the joy. And that was because of Ladini Shakti. So Ladini Shakti is everywhere. Even Devi's name is Ladini Shakti. Okay. All right. So nobody creates each other. They are always together. Always together. Listening to their Leela, Jaimin is writing, listening to their Leelas feels like we are there with them. Thank you for the beautiful narration, explanation of these shlokas. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe. Wow. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Jai Shri Radhe Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. May your day and night be Krishnamai. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Radhe
Radhe.
Radhe.